and welcome to another video. My name is Coach Maddie and I want to share some weight loss tips and tricks with you today. Now I want to start with a little bit of a story. So the other day I was on a coaching call with one of the ladies in our Fit Queen community, and she was talking about how she was feeling this pressure to lose weight, more than usual, this pressure. And she didn't know what to do with it because it was making her feel overwhelmed. So I listened to her talk through what she was feeling, and then this was kind of the advice that I gave her. And this is something that you can take with you if you were feeling pressure and overwhelm or anxiety around either losing weight or not knowing what to do for weight loss or not being successful with weight loss. So I said there are kind of two types of pressure. There's positive and there's negative pressure, right? And then there's two types of pressure within those two types. So there's internal and external. So there's internal negative pressure and external negative pressure. And then there's internal positive pressure and external positive pressure. So negative internal pressure on your weight loss journey would look like you self-sabotaging. It would look like you being your own worst enemy. What's wrong with you? Why can't you do this? You suck. You're not worth it. All that stuff we say in our mind, that battle that always goes on. That's negative internal pressure. And that's what this Fit Queen was dealing with. Now, the negative external pressure would be the sabotaging from others around you, from family, friends, coworkers, things tempting you more often. People saying one bite won't hurt. You don't need to lose any more weight. You should stop. You should slow down. Are you sure that's healthy? Right? Both of those negative, internal and external negative pressure, they're going to dissuade you. They're going to be pretty discouraging, and they're not really going to give you a boost when you need it most. And that's where she had kind of been living with her pressure. Now, on the other side, you've got internal and external positive pressure. Now, so that internal pressure is when we are hard on ourselves, but not beating ourselves up, right? Come on, I know you can do better. Come on, keep going, push yourself. You can do this. Get it done. You don't have an option, right? Those are more positive pressures coming from yourself instead of demeaning pressures. And then what I really want to harp on, and what I have found for myself and for all the ladies in my community, is that positive external pressure is actually one of the keys to decreasing negative internal pressure. That battle, that devil on your shoulder that's always in your head. Now, what do I mean by this? So, positive external pressure. Let me give you an example. So recently, Ryan and I, my husband, we go to the gym every morning, and we'll spend anywhere from an hour to 2 hours in the gym. That's the way that we've structured our life. We love that time. That is kind of our break, our oasis. And we schedule that into our day so we can make that work. And we take our time with our warm-ups, we do our weight training and our cardio and maybe a little bit of sauna. Like, we take our time, right? Now, recently, we've been really busy. We haven't had enough hours in the day, so we've had to cut our workouts to like 30 minutes. And what do you think happens in those 30 minutes compared to the 2 hours we did before? Well, guess what? We work way harder in those 30 minutes than we did in those 2 hours. And so you rise to the occasion of the pressures and constraints that you put on yourself. And so we can harness the power of external pressure to make ourselves work faster, more efficiently, get to our goals, actually get there, because we don't give ourselves an option not to. Now, hear me out. Another example of this is I had a photo shoot. I really wanted to do this photo shoot, and I'd wanted to do it for like a year. And when I had the idea, I said, okay, I'll do it in the springtime. And then springtime came around. And then guess what I said? Oh, I'll do it in the summertime. And then summertime came around. And then before you know it, I said, oh my goodness, it's almost been an entire year since I've had this idea, and I have done nothing with it. What is going on? So in that moment, I called up a photographer, I put a deposit down, and I booked a photo shoot date for 2 weeks from that day. I only gave myself 2 weeks to prepare for a freaking photo shoot. And the second I put that money down and I hung up, I was freaking out. I was nervous. I was doubting myself. Oh my God, is that enough time? But guess what I did over the next 2 weeks? I bust my butt. I worked harder than I did that entire year to prepare for this photo shoot. Why? Because I put that pressure on myself, because I put the constraint of less time and not giving myself an option. I put money down. I have people showing up, people relying on me. I needed to get this done. I bought the outfits for it. And so I put all of these things in place these external pressures that made me have to follow through. It wasn't even a decision anymore. I didn't even have to decide, should I do it? Should I not do it? Should I give in to my craving? Should I not give in to my craving? I didn't give myself an option to decide and waste energy deciding, or give myself the possibility of making the wrong decision. I just put things in place in my life where I don't have an option but to follow through. Because I could have called that photographer and said, okay, 2 months from now, 3 months from now, I want to do a shoot. What are your dates? Instead of the 2 weeks that I did. Well, guess what would have happened, right? The first month I would have told myself, okay, I've got 3 months. I can take it easy. Second month would have come. Oh, I still got 2 months. Oh my goodness. I'll take it serious next month. The last month would come. I'd chill out for 2 weeks and then I'd bust my ass for those last 2 weeks. Just like I did in the first place anyway. So you might as well fast track to that and get there, and put the pressure on yourself so you can get there faster, and put the pressure on yourself so you don't have an option but to get there. A lot of the times our journey, our weight loss takes way longer than it needs to, because we've put so many decisions in front of us that we are leaving it up to chance whether or not we make a good decision based on how we feel that day, based on if we're motivated that day, based on if we can say no and have willpower that day, right? And that is just, for me, that's not good enough. And for the ladies in my Fit Queen community, that is not good enough. You cannot leave the right good decision up to how you're feeling. And unfortunately, that's how I lived a lot of my weight loss journey in the beginning. I've lost over 80 pounds before I figured out how to do that and actually get the weight off. Every day felt like a battle with my mind. Like every day I wanted to sleep in. Every day I wanted to grab a drive-through meal. Every day I wanted to skip my workout. Every day I wanted to, binge eat and watch Netflix. Like every day I was fighting myself, trying to make the right decision, when really, yes, you're still going to have to make some decisions and some healthy decisions. But if you rearrange your life so you make less decisions, and by default you have to make the healthy decision, like booking that photo shoot in just 2 weeks, like finally booking that vacation because you've been waiting until you felt good in a bikini, like throwing out all your slightly big clothes, not even baggy clothes, slightly big clothes. So all you got left is really small clothes that you have to fit back into, like texting somebody right now once you stop listening to me, I need to talk. Just sending that, right? If you need to have a serious conversation with somebody, you've been putting it off, text them right away that one sentence, and you can't go back. You're going to crap yourself and be really nervous all of a sudden, but you can't go back. And that is what you need to be thinking about in your weight loss journey. If it is a constant battle, if you can't make yourself do it, if you find that negative self-talk, that internal negative pressure is taking over lately, well, you're simply not balancing out with external positive pressure. And that's putting things in place that make you have to make the right decision, or removing things that would make you even have to make a decision at all, right? Another example would be junk food. I have kept junk food in my house for so long, and thinking, oh, I don't like it, I'm not going to have it. Oh, I don't really want it right now, so I can buy it and leave it there and I won't touch it. But every time, without a doubt, it is not an if I touch it, it is just a when I touch it. And so I completely removed all junk food from my house. Is this something you can do? Absolutely. Maybe not 100% depending on the family, but you can. And what it does is, it's not like I've lost cravings. My cravings still come. I still want to emotionally eat. I still want to bored eat. I still want to, eat some freaking chips after a long day with the TV. But what I've done is set my life up so I can't. So it's not that I'm not changing how I feel or how I act or what's going on. I'm just making it harder to act out on those things. And because of that, by default, I'm making way more good decisions. And if you make 50 good decisions this week instead of 10 like you made last week, well, you've just 5x'd the speed of your results and the amount of your results, just by removing having to make decisions and adding more external positive pressure. So I beg you, please sit down and think about, where should I be placing more constructive, productive pressure on myself? Where am I taking it too easy? Where am I not adding those constraints on myself? Because you remember in school when you had an essay due and you knew it was due for 3 months, but you didn't do it until the night before? Well, guess what? You still finished it and you still did pretty well. Why? Because you work well under pressure. You rise to the occasion. There are no diamonds made without pressure. And if you want to become a diamond, that diamond version of yourself, apply more pressure. Don't wait. Take that serious. It was a game changer in my life. Pressure made me rise to the occasion. It makes all of my fit queens rise to the occasion. And it could be the thing that you're missing that's making you not rise to the occasion. So I hope you like this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Also turn on that bell notification so you know when there's more videos ready for you to consume. And if you'd love to hear more about the Fit Queen way of weight loss, you can head over to fitqueen.com. And other than that, thank you so much again for listening. I hope I've helped you in some way today on your journey, and I will see you on the next video.